after Tuesday after 11:30, we never talked to anybody till next week. But
we had a good time. We all had a really.
You want to know what
time.
though? Not to take away from your guys though. That fucking Matty.
Oh
Matty
yeah, good stuff.
He is the
Outrageous.
highest energy, and he can sing. And
Yeah.
I'm gonna put this out there. Not to mention, not bad to look at.
He is. He's
Yeah, not
adorable.
to mention that you mentioned it like 8 fucking times that night.
No, but seriously.
And those dreads of his. Oh my
Jesus.
God.
I know Bree, and besides her panic attack, she was soaking in her fucking things. The first thing she said is like, the dude with the dreads. And I was trying to explain to him, and I wasn't even getting close to the name of the band. I'm like, the guy that's singing, she's like, the guy with the dreads? I go, yeah, the guy with the dreads. Like, yeah, I know.
You know what she was thinking.
Oh, yeah.
I'll tell you, she looked fucking smashing Saturday.
She did. She looked fantastic.
She's going to fucking call me a creep, because it's like the 100th time I said it.
She did, though.
Hey, all I saw was
did.
boots, hose, and a little bit of
And
dress.
the nylons, right?
Bam!
The nylons, I don't know what it is.
She's like, I look
She
like a
looked
lady
great.
tonight.
It's
'cause I'm not-
kind of like a chicken horse.
I know.
dance.
Yeah, she did say that
She comes
outside.
walking up, and Lisa's like, Bree?
Didn't even recognize her.
Yeah, she cleans up really nice.
It's kind of like a chicken fucking.
Really?
I know, because we see her every Sunday. She looks like she just came out of the car wash.
I know.
Oh, that's so rude.
But she's still pretty, but
she's come dressed really well to Sunday show, but
Sometimes.
sometimes it's just like hang out, sweats, and
yeah,
whatever.
sweats,
But she's got her makeup done, you know. So I
Don
mean,
heard the story this week. He knows what's
Crawling up the stairs.
crawling up the stairs, cigarettes in her drink cup. Shit.
Yeah, she did absolutely look
Yeah,
fantastic.
so good
You
memories
know what? We
of
all did.
Saturday, man. What a great time.
Just to
Yeah, it
let
was.
you guys know, there is going to be another party for our 100th episode. No matter what we got to do,
Oh,
we're
yeah,
gonna do
man.
Oh,
this.
hell yeah.
We are going to do this because that was such a great turnout. Thanks to everybody in Bristol.
And we already
Yeah.
have some like big incorporated ideas ready to go. You know?
I think we can do it.
We just need a couple days sleep ahead of time.
Yeah,
that's
Yeah, because you know what?
Kidding.
we can't do men's night out the night before, Eric.
But you know what,
Hey, do
man?
me a favor, Lisa. Next time you fucking bring food up, put it on the fucking board.
In front of me. Here.
No one brought me no food, Eric.
A whole table next to me.
If you look at the picture, if you look at the pictures, Eric, you could have did this.
I was trying.
It was like you should have put a lazy Susan right behind it.
Oh, okay. Well, I have already actually started planning for next year. I've talked to a couple of people already and a
I
couple
think we
of
need
bands.
a bigger venue.
The venue's going
my
to change.
God.
We already know.
That place was
Yeah.
so small.
It was perfect,
We
Tom.
were moving
yeah.
tables. We had tables outside.
You damn right,
Yeah.
man.
It was
It didn't
perfect.
rain or it wasn't snowing.
No.
What would we have done?
We weren't fucking around. We were moving tables. We didn't care.
was
Furniture
funny.
outside.
We did what we had to do. We got it done. Next year it's going to be bigger and better, definitely.
Oh, yeah.
I'm thinking 4 bands next year.
Going to be good
And we
stuff.
started early.
Well,
Yeah, I think we should have started early.
yeah,
I
but
think we started
earlier.
Do a Sunday afternoon. Or
Yeah,
Sunday afternoon.
it's
gotta be
usually a
in a diff-
fundraiser then, so
Oh,
your bands
yeah.
can work
it's all in
Saturday
the
night.
planning
Right.
stages. Hello.
yeah, definitely
I know
got
how
to
to
be
organize these kind of things.
Sunday afternoon at what's the biggest venue in Bristol?
in Bristol.
How about would
Probably
Illusions rent
the-
something out?
Polish Club.
Illusions is probably that could fit
Illusions
a few
is
hundred.
huge,
Like,
Yeah, but do they do
No,
like?
that's 15,000 square feet. That can.
What do you got to pay for something like that, or do you offer them the venue and you offer like we did with Lynn?
we could.
We
could do
We'll worry about it then.
Yeah, we can
We'll
move
talk about it
forward.
at the break.
We got a
I'll
year.
tell you
we
my
have a
theory
year.
on that whole thing.
We have a year to plan this.
How about across the street from Illusions?
Now that
Milestone was
would
small.
be right up our alley.
Hey, you know what? When there's strippers in there, people will fit in like a thing.
We're not doing cock push-ups at a toy job.
Sick bastard.
So, with that said, once again, thanks everybody. We
Yes.
had a great thing.
Yeah,
This week,
great
this
night.
Saturday, we have High Octane at Downtown Cafe.
Yes,
We
absolutely.
have Red Line at the Bowen's
Yes.
Cafe in Seymour, and we have the Patrons in what's the name of that place?
Give me 1 second.
The station, the Central.
Center Station Pub.
Center
no,
Station.
they're not at
No.
Center
No?
Station. They're in East Meriden.
They're in Meriden,
They're at
but
the Village Barn.
Village
Village.
Bar.
Village Barn.
Thank
That's
you.
it.
So check out those 3 guys. We ain't heard anything yet from Impulse, so I don't know if I don't see them on the events, but I
No.
think they said they were done till next year.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, George sent me something. He was coming to visit us, so I don't believe they're.
Yeah,
Okay.
he actually just
Saturday.
sent me
Oh,
a
he's
private
going to visit
message
you in
too,
Bowlan's?
so.
Okay. So you guys get in your car, start in Seymour, end up in Meriden, and then go to Bristol. all I can say for Saturday.
And we might have you something Saturday night.
You damn straight.
Damn.
You have something Saturday night?
That was wild.
No, we're off Saturday night.
Off
That's
Saturday.
my only
Wow.
Saturday night off.
Good, because we ain't got that much time. We can't do 4 bars in 4 hours.
I know. We're not even going to be able to do a full
Hey, we
set
did
in
8.
each place.
Just need a bus.
Don, you want
jeez.
to be... well, Don Destefano, you want to plug something that you're coming up? You got a gig tomorrow, right?
I have a gig tomorrow night at La Tubla in Waterbury
Okay.
on Highland Avenue. And
That's a nice place.
yeah, Town
La
Plaza.
Tavola, yeah.
Beautiful Italian restaurant. I'll be there with, I guess it's called Blue Union. It's Nick Longo, Billy Balecka, and Larry Buzzy Falstrom. And
Why does that sound like the mob?
It
they look
is.
like the mob.
I'm looking
Did you see? Do you know
I
who
look
owns La
Maybe
Tavola?
joke about it.
Guy?
Yeah.
I look at some of the names that he jams with, and it's
Trust
just
me.
like, wow,
Don't
they
look
all seem mobsters.
Yeah. And they're having a bunch of special guests. Felicia Renee March is going to be singing. And I've heard, I guess I've a couple other singers. I think Leanne may be singing too. They are putting the feelers out now for a bunch of guest musicians. It's not really an open mic. It's just like invited guest musicians, and it's like straight ahead blues, swing, R&B.
Okay.
And it's Nick has
Just
built
from
it
the
up into
people I've heard
really
so
great.
far, it's going to be a real special night up there. You
Yeah,
don't want to miss
and
that.
that's coming from our master harp player, Don Destefano.
Yeah,
man.
so-
He jams with some insane musicians, man.
Anybody out there in Radioland, if you didn't hear or read our Facebook thing, obviously sometimes you don't, but we have, I'm going to read a little bio here. We have Don Walter Destefano. Don was born with a full name, Donald Walter Destefano.
Hey, take your time doing this, okay? Don't trip over yourself
right?
over it.
Stefano.
Di Stefano. Di Stefano. Okay.
you
He's
That
sharing,
Portuguese in
See
him.
what
He
I got to
doesn't know how
work with
pronounce
over
shit.
here? I try.
sharing the same middle name as the legendary blues harp virtuoso Marion Little Walter Jacobs. Don may well have been destined to play the harmonica, picking up the instrument as a teenager. He didn't seriously study the harmonica until attending college in the Midwest, when he came under the spell of the Chicago blues style, observing such legends as Junior Wells, Big Walter Horton, who were still actively gigging in the Windy City during the 70s. So you're basically a harp player.
Yeah.
And the premise of your music is blues?
I mean, the band I play with now, we're mostly funk, R&B, soul, classic old school soul, like 70s, 60s funk and R&B.
And I noticed that it's listed that you also do slide guitar and rhythm guitar.
Yeah, I don't play guitar much anymore.
Not
I used
much?
to play years ago.
Oh,
I mean,
okay.
I still do it for lessons when I teach people.
Cool.
Now, any jazz in that, blues, or...
They do all sorts of stuff, man. I was looking at their song list, and I counted every single song on their song list. 140 songs. I
Holy
mean, you
shit.
guys are crazy.
And
man.
that song list is old. I mean, it's
I know.
it's probably
Probably blown up a
another
little
couple
more.
dozen added since we put it on the site. I mean, we can't even keep track of it.
Yeah,
I
man.
never really
If
had...
you haven't been to a Bernadette show, it is a party.
Yeah, I was.
And the thing about the harp playing at those shows is Don is covering in those songs all those horn parts
Yeah.
that would be played, by a full horn section. He covers.
I
on the
noticed that
harmonica.
because I've saw, I looked at through some video footage and whatnot, but I've seen you jam at the Gateway, and I can't remember with who. I want to say it was with Brother Earl, but I can't say for positive. And what I saw Don do was he was accenting everything. He didn't take over songs. He just he gives the accents and he kind of fills in these little missing pockets that just, he kind of throws them out there, and it sounded great. And I didn't know who he was, but then when you said, look him up, and I seen his face, I have seen you jam once down there, but I really can't remember who it was. And it was good stuff, again, because he just really made the song a little more special, And he does so many different kind of facets of genres of music. It's insane.
I really, when I asked you about the blues and the jazz, I really had no passion for it, like nothing, until, you have HBO at home?
Yeah.
You ever watch that show, Treme?
I haven't seen that. I
It's
don't have.
really- it's based-
I haven't had cable since that show's been on.
That
but-
flies back, by the
It's
way.
based out of Louisiana, and the
I've
things
heard
that
it's
they
good.
do with blues and jazz, I mean, people die, they have freaking funerals with music. Like, they'll do a procession down the road with just horns and all kinds of instruments. Just, I mean, everything they do is music. If someone, raises a price on a loaf of bread, they'll play a song. It's like, I just,
That's New Orleans.
yeah, New Orleans, I mean, is that where this all kind of stuff kind of originated from, or?
Well, actually, just north of New Orleans, the Mississippi Delta.
So mostly down south this
Yeah.
originated from, really?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because like I said, I've never really had, I played jazz. I used to be a wedding DJ. I used to play jazz during dinner, but
Yeah.
nothing to where, I'm definitely dumb when it comes to this stuff. So
You know, I'm looking at their song list, and they play such a wide variety of artists, man. It's just phenomenal. I mean, Michael Jackson, Little Feat, Supreme, Zach Brown, Kool and the Gang, Shaka Khan. I mean, they just go all over the place.
Shaka Khan.
It's just amazing how many.
Huge variety.
Otis Redding, Marvin Gaye, Earth, Wind and Fire. They just do so many.
Can you play Breaking Up Is Hard to Do and throw a girl's voice in it?
I got to tell you though, that's Don does a lot of that. I mean, that's the majority of his work is with the Bernadettes, but he does so much beyond that.
Yeah,
he plays.
I play with everybody.
Probably just about every night.
Right.
He travels all over the place. I mean,
Gigging
you know,
all
in
over
New York, Massachusetts, here, you know, all during the week, into the islands. He's recorded with several people, and just to give you a little personal story in regards to Don, somebody with that kind of talent, he's one of the best players in the world as far as I'm concerned. And obviously,
Well, thank you.
Seidel.
Who is this guy that keeps talking?
I didn't even pay him.
right?
He's saying that. Yeah.
Well,
I know Don
did
personally.
you slip in the roofie before you walked in the door over there?
And you know, obviously, Seidel Harmonicas out of Germany also feels the same because they're a complete sponsor of his. I at one time a while back was looking to learn how to play harmonica, so I said, let me go on the internet, see if I can find somebody, and it gave me this big list of harp players. It was like a world congregation of harp players. 2 people in Connecticut came up. One of them was Don. I said, let me send him an email. So I wrote to him and told him who I was, and I was interested in learning and would he consider taking on a student. And I sent it. As soon as I hit send, I said to myself, I'm never going to hear from this guy. You got to be kidding me. I think it was less than a day. He wrote back and said he'd be happy to.
Wow.
So that's the kind of guy he is on top of it all.
Because he's
Nice.
probably such a great musician. I've always, when you have an art or something that you're really great at, if you're afraid to teach somebody, that means you're a selfish person. It doesn't seem like he's like that. I mean, he likes to share his art with people.
That's the way to keep it alive.
Yeah, and it's funny how he says he couldn't find no more than 1 or 2 in Connecticut, because I did a search myself, and I came up into a harmonica network, and there's only 1 guy in the entire site in Connecticut, and it was Don.
Oh, really? I didn't even know I got
Yeah,
on that
and
site.
if I go down a little bit here, it says, now do you still do private lessons and whatnot? Oh.
All the time, yeah.
So what it says here is private lessons in my home or yours, played harmonica professionally for 20 years in a variety of settings and styles, blues, rock, R&B, soul, funk, country, bluegrass, folk, has recorded with B.B. King and Johnny Cash. Do you hear this shit, man? I mean, come on. And teaches mostly diatonic, various styles and blues chromatic, well versed in theory, can also teach harmonica technical subjects such as tuning, basic repair, alternate tunings, also plays guitar to allow student learn to jam with guitar players. So this cat is all over the spectrum over here, man. And it says down here, rates change from, because of our economy. This
A lot
says
more now, yeah.
this says 15 for a half hour, 25 for an hour, and extra for
That
time
sounds like where
travel.
Don goes on the weekends.
So if you may, those are not the same rates that you would charge nowadays, I'm
No.
sure, right, Don? What
Yeah,
are the
double
rates you
that
would
now.
charge now?
I'm
Double that?
yeah.
So we're saying 30 a half and 50 for an hour, or 60 for an hour, we're talking?
Yeah, like 50.
50 an hour?
I know that's an old site because I'm looking at the phone number. I haven't lived at that place that was my phone number like 13, 14 years ago.
The internet never forgets.
Wow, oh, no.
Well,
I did see some naked pictures that I haven't brought up, so
boy.
I'm just going to keep that to the side.
Well,
man. I'm gonna bring that
they
up.
were from 13, 14 years ago. They're probably not half bad. You wouldn't want to see the recent ones.
be careful, because there was a comedian sitting in your chair a few weeks back, and
Oh, jeez.
There's
There's
a
a
long story
restraining
to
order
that.
against me. We'll just leave it right there.
Eric mentioned that you got a sponsor. Now, obviously, our show is 60 episodes long. We have everything is everybody's pocket.
Yeah.
How does one go about? 'Cause we were thinking when we hit the 10,000 mark, we can probably sell the show. How does one go about getting a sponsor? How hard is it? How long can you? I know how long it would take, but some people don't. You know what I mean? How long does it actually take to get someone to believe in you, sponsor you, especially something with our show? You heard our show Sunday.
Yeah.
I mean, you think it's ever could be possible, or do you think it's never?
If
I
someone
mean,
thinks they could sell through you,
Absolutely.
they will do it.
I think our show would definitely do good, like on porn sites and Ashley Madison, and like like Howard. If you ever heard Howard, all his commercials,
Oh, yeah.
no McDonald's, no Dunkin' Donuts, all his commercials are antivirus computer companies. There's a company called Ashley Madison. It's a website for people who want to cheat on their husband and wife, and I mean, but it's money. It's money. So I mean. So if you explain to me how hard it is to try to get someone to endorse you. I mean, do you sell your soul and like do what he asks you to do? Do you like if someone